Namaste everyone, myself Brinda, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Business Administration. Today we are going to learn more about entrepreneurial development. The aim of the presentation is to highlight and point out who is an entrepreneurship and theories of entrepreneurship. Then we are going to see more about classification of entrepreneurship, characteristics of an entrepreneur, and we are going to learn more about women entrepreneurs. First, let's see that who is an entrepreneur. So, introduction to entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur is a process through which an entrepreneur seeks innovation and employment. If you classify that definition, we come to know that entrepreneur means that person, and entrepreneurship which means that it is a process of philosophy, enterprise which means that object. So, if you again classify that, we come to know that enter which means that enter, pre which means that before, nerve which means that nerve center. So, entrepreneurship is also a creative and innovative response to the environment. So, now let us discuss more about that theories of entrepreneurship. So, various authors has given lot of theories. So, we are going to see few important theories which is applicable in their life. So, entrepreneurs as a risk bearer. So, Richard Cantillon, so what he says is that entrepreneur as an agent. So, who buy the factor of production at certain price and in order to combine them into the product with a view to sell it at a uncertain price in future. So, next theory was given by Knight theory of uncertainty. So, what is uncertainty? Uncertainty which means that may happen or may not happen. So, Knight described that entrepreneurs as a specialized group of person who bears uncertainty. So, uncertainty is a risk that cannot be insured against and is incapable. So, incalculatable. So, we cannot calculate that risk. So, next theory is that entrepreneur as an organizer. So, according to J.B. says, so what he says is that an entrepreneur is the combination of land of one person, labor of another and capital of yet another, thus the product or produce. By selling the product in the market, he may pay the interest on capital, rent on land and wages to labor, and what remaining is that his or her profit. So, Say also says that there is a difference between the role of capitalist as a financier and the entrepreneur as an organizer. This concept of entrepreneurs is associated with the functions of coordinating, organization and supervision. So, next important theory is that entrepreneur as an innovator. So, Joseph A. Schumpeter in the year of 1934 assigned a crucial role of innovation to the entrepreneur. He considered economic development as a dynamic change brought by entrepreneurs by instituting new combination of factor of product, that is innovation. The introduction of new combination according to him may occur in following forms. So, first one is that introduction of new product in the market. Second one is that use of new method of production which still need to be tested. So, third one is that opening of new market. So, fourth one is that discovering of new source of raw material, and fifth one is that bringing out of new form of organization. So, now let us discuss that what are the classifications of an entrepreneur. So, entrepreneurs are mainly classified under that four heads. The first one is that innovative entrepreneur, second entrepreneur is that imitating entrepreneurs, third one is that Fabian entrepreneur, fourth one is that drawn entrepreneurs. So, first let us discuss that who is an innovative entrepreneur. So, this type of entrepreneur is more interested in introducing some new ideas in the market, or it can be like organization or in the nation. They are drawn towards innovation and invest more time and wealth in research and development. So, innovative entrepreneur spend more time on their innovative works. So, they will spend more time on the research and development work. So, next type is that imitating entrepreneur. So, what is meant by imitating? Imitating which means that copycat. So they observe that existing and successful system, and what they will do is that they will repeat that same work and of the organization which is well established. So we can say like this entrepreneur helped in improving the existing product or production process and can offer suggestion to enhance the use of better technology. So the next type is that Fabian entrepreneur. So Fabian entrepreneur, we can say like they are more cautious and they are more approachable. But the thing is that they are so shy, so they hesitate to move forward to take that changes. They observe the market, then only they will start making that changes in the market. So this type is called as your Fabian entrepreneur. So last entrepreneur classification is that drawn entrepreneur. So drawn entrepreneur, which means that this entrepreneur do not like to change. So we can say like these entrepreneurs are like old school, or they will follow only their own traditional or orthodox method of any production or the system. So whatever the parents or grandparents do, the same type of business will be followed by the drawn entrepreneur. So they fully we can say like they are the outdated method of doing business, but they believe only in the traditional way of the doing business. So now we can see that what is meant by that characteristics of an entrepreneur. So there are different characteristics of entrepreneur. The first characteristic is that problem solving. So if you want to be an entrepreneur first start the business after identifying the problem and develop the way to address it. Okay, first they have to find that what is the problem in the market, then they have to find the solution to the problem. So second characteristics is that persistence. So persistence means what? Persistence, which means that consistency. So when you want to be an entrepreneur, the consistency should be there. They are not easily discouraged or willing to work through discouraging and challenging things. So the entrepreneurs are eager to attend. They can attend trade shows, or they can attend that meet with we can say like bankers or clients. So and do it what it takes to get the business started, and then they can make it as a successful process. So next characteristics is that leadership. So what is meant by leadership? Successful, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, or the strong leader. So if you have the leadership skill, then only you can be an entrepreneur. So leadership is an essential characteristics of that entrepreneurial skill. So next type, that is next class thing is that innovative entrepreneur. So innovative, which means that entrepreneurs are more innovative. So there should be a more innovation things should be taken place in both in term of the new product, or it can be in form of the new services. So we can say like next important thing is that require is that risk taking ability. So they are willing to take risk. So risk in sense that it can be in sense of your time, it can be sense of money, or even by the reputation, or to get the business started and take their product or services to the market. So entrepreneurs are also willing to take risk even after they establish a business, developing a new product, or and we can say like approach they can grow their businesses. So now we are going to see that who is an woman entrepreneur. So first we'll see that definition of that woman entrepreneur. So woman entrepreneurs is the process in which that woman initiate a business. So as the name itself mentioned that woman entrepreneur. So woman entrepreneur, which means that he will initiate that business, and that woman will gather all the resources, and she will undertake risk and face challenges and provide employment to others and manage the business independently. So woman entrepreneurship refers to a company or organization started by women, or it can be like group of women. So now we will see that types of woman entrepreneurship. So in India, woman entrepreneurship can be classified under that 5 types. First one is that affluent entrepreneurs. Second one is that pull factor, push factor. Then we can say like self-employed entrepreneurs, rural entrepreneurs. First we will see that what is meant by affluent entrepreneur. So affluent entrepreneurs, or we can say like affluent entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs who are wealthy in business family. So already this kind of woman will be in their big entrepreneur family. So we can say like they can be the daughter or daughter-in-law, sister or sister-in-law and wife of the affluent people in the society. So many of them do the business in sense of that interior decoration work. Some will publish books and some will be film distributors like that. The family support for this affluent entrepreneurs are more when compared to the other type of entrepreneurship. So next type is that pull factor. So if you want to be, if your woman want to be an entrepreneur, the next factor which is important is that pull factor. So women in town and city. So mainly this pull factor is focused on that town and city women. So take the entrepreneurship as a challenge to do something new and economically independent. So they want to be an economically independent, so they will start this pull factor business. So they belongs to the educated women and who generally lies in that small and medium industries. So they won't take risk in big industries, so they will be taking the business in either small or the medium industries, and where the risk is very less or very minimum. So women usually starts service center, or like we can say like play school, or like creatures, or food catering centers, restaurant, grocery shops, etc. These factors will be come under that pull factor. So next thing is that next type of woman entrepreneur is that push factor. Push, which means that the name itself mentioned that somebody have to push that woman to be an entrepreneur. There are some women entrepreneurs who accept entrepreneurial activities to overcome financial difficulties. The family situation will force them to enter and develop the existing family business. Either they will develop the existing family business, or they will start the new venture to improve the family economical condition. Such categories of entrepreneurs are termed as push factor. So next one is that self-employed entrepreneurs. So we can say like with this mostly lie in the field of that poor and very poor women in the village, or it can be in town. So they rely heavily on that own effort of doing a business. So they start a tiny or very small business like broomstick making, or we can say wax or candle making, providing tea and coffee to the office, so ironing the cloth, so tailoring work. So such women are called as your self-employed entrepreneurs. So last type of the entrepreneur is that rural entrepreneurs. So the name itself mentioned that rural, which means that village, right? So women in that rural or the village, they will start the business. They need to lease that organization skill with less risk, or we can say like a minimal risk. Okay. So they will do the business like your dairy products, or like pickle making, or fruit juice making, or they can do papad or jaggery making, or some of them come under that rural entrepreneurs. So to summarize, we have discussed more about that who is an entrepreneur. So then we have discussed about the classification of the entrepreneur, types of entrepreneurs. Then we have seen more about that women entrepreneurs. So thanks for learning. Thank you.